Okay, my name is James Ong. I'm the moderator for today. As the MC has mentioned, I'm from Artificial Intelligence International Institute. It's a private think tank that advocates sustainable AI for humanity. I'm glad to have these two guests. Before I get started, first of all, I want to do a quick survey. How many of you do not know what is DeepSeek? Okay, that's good. We covered the most important topic for today. How many of you have not heard of DeepMind? Okay, you all know. Well, today's discussion about the DeepSeek moment, a lot of things have happened to the AI revolution, right? But I want to say one more thing to you. How many of you heard of thinking machine corporations? Never heard about that, right? Thinking machine is 1983 in the US, Boston. That was the thinking machine moment that started the previous round of the AI revolutions. That actually started the whole AI revolution. Okay, I'm going to go through our moderation right now with lots of questions from our two guests. At the end of the session, I want you to think about what will be the next moment after the DeepSeek moment. Can you forecast the future, right? So we'll talk about that in a second. So we're going to have EFA from N Group. I'd like you to have an introduction about yourself and the position or your personal profound effect on you since the DeepSeek moment in terms of the AI revolution in China.
Sure, thank you very much, James. And very honored to join this session and participate in this SuperAI event here in Singapore. So my name is EFA. I'm the head of solutions of the international business of Ant Digital Technologies. So for those who are not so familiar with Ant Digital Technologies, we are actually a subsidiary company of Ant Group. Right? So we're responsible for productize and commercialize a lot of our internal capabilities and make it available to our industry partners as well as clients. Right? Most of the solutions we focused on are Web3 technologies as well as AI technologies. Those are the underpinned capabilities of our solutions. So the DeepSeek moment for me, I would say there's a lot of changes in our companies in terms of the AI evolution. Right? So we leverage on AI technologies to change, to rewrite a lot of our softwares and a lot of our offerings to the market. And at the same time, we also build AI native offerings to roll out to the market. And to me personally, of course, a lot of more things to learn. Right? So it's a chance for everybody to grow together with this.
So before I get to Ken, so you think based on the DeepSeek moment, as somebody who knows China well, also the international market, there is a profound effect in the shift. Is that correct?
Definitely, yes. Because I think this gives a chance to change people's mindset from, China is not just only a follower, but also one of the leaders now in the AI era and in terms of the foundation technologies that empower a lot of enterprise solutions.
I see. I just want to confirm, the N Group was started by Mr. Jack Ma, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm curious, did he call you when DeepSeek happened?
I hope so.
Oh, did he have an internal communication? Oh, we need to do something, right? Anything like that? I'm just curious. Inside scoop?
Not really at my pay grade, but maybe there's some internal communication and has been initiated by the leadership team.
Get your act together, right? We need to be making this happen. I know Alibaba has a Queen QN, right? Actually, also very successful.
Yes,
okay.
That's one of the powerful LLM.
Yeah. Good. Next, I want to have Ken a chance to share about yourself and your position on this.
Okay. Thanks, James, and thanks for the SuperAI. I'm Ken from MMS. So the MMS may be a new name for everyone. So our MMS comes from the MSIG Group. So MSIG Group is also a Japanese company, a mid-sized group company. So we focus on the Japanese insurance industry. So for us, for MMS, we are based in Shanghai, China. So we focus on how to using the AI to helping our business scenario. So like EFA say, we also have this year we have the DeepSeek, menus, we have a lot of the new things to impact for the AI international. So we say for us, how to using the AI tools to combine with our business to helping our normal user, normal end user in our department to help them to doing the daily work cut down. So also will have some very interesting happen since I will be lead of AI and also I will be job rotation to some the user department. We also know the pain point for our user. So for the user side, they also bring me some repeatable for work in the daily. So the pain point were very simple. So maybe they say AI, okay, can AI to help me do everything in our daily work to help me to doing this. Okay, I think we can. So let's see later. We also will have a lot of use case we'll be sharing in the next moment.
I just want to share a little bit. Your parent company is one of the largest Japanese insurance companies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and they are investing in a startup in China to do using technology from China for as an insurtech, right? That's my understanding.
Yes, actually it's not for just for China MSIG, but also right now we are saying okay because I will have a lot of business scenario in the China since we have a lot of the good experience in our business case. We see it can something here to be referred to the MSIG group in the global. Since we have 48 countries have our company and also we have a lot of employees, over 40,000. So I see, okay, we all in-house, we have a lot of the experience, we can doing a lot more.
It's very interesting for such a Japanese company which is normally conservative to tap into the China talent to develop a technology company and share it, sell it to the rest of the world.
Yes.
So I think there's another form that you may not be aware. I think this is a real life example of something, right? Now, I'm going to move to the next segment of the questions. Now we have the basic, right? So, given your insight, I want to get into real insight, okay? Something that nobody knows about. Okay. I'm sure this is why you're interested, right? As a Chinese kind of regional tech, what is one paradigm shift within the corporation, and Ant Group is a big one, right? And your company as well. What is the one thing that is a major shift that you have, based on your observation, that have made a major move in your strategy since the DeepSeek moment?
Okay, yeah, maybe I take this first. First of all, yes, Ant Group is big, but Ant Digital Technology is just a startup within this organization.
I see. You are a startup actually.
We have a startup spirit, and also we are empowering our clients. And it's more like a 2B business, which is a little bit different from our main parents to C business. So that's just a small caveat. So I would say the big change that we notice and observe now in China since the DeepSeek moment is a lot of companies are starting doing AI transformation instead of just digital transformation, which they have been doing for the past 10 years at least. Right, so a lot of companies, they have, for example, in China, many people knows about Alipay or maybe another alternative platform. And there are many super apps. Right? So those are actually the result of a digital transformation. So people's daily life are reliant on these platforms, and you can enjoy pretty much a lot of services, almost daily life services from this platform conveniently. But now people are not just stopping there, right? So they found that why not to leverage on the evolution of AI to provide a more user-centric and more hyper-personalized experience. So that's the key observation that we found since the DeepSeek moment. Instead of just exploring on AI capabilities, which a lot of companies has been doing for past years, right? So they may use SaaS services, right, to access to AI, for example, OpenAI services, to try out some ideas. But now it's more a real stuff, a serious investment. They were starting to invest on GPU servers, on data centers, to build their own model, to build their own agent, and eventually to infuse those capabilities into their offering or software applications so that they can provide a more better user-centric experience to the users.
So if I hear you correctly, since the DeepSeek movement, there's a lot of confident or strategic decision made to embed the AI into all the user experience, into the real product.
Right.
In fact, I heard that for the government as well. In fact, all the government departments are all using DeepSeek right now. So it's a very quick decision that everybody are deploying.
Yes. So many state-owned companies and also the public service companies are starting to invest on data. For example, those data bureaus has been set up in the different provinces and city levels. And those data will be eventually used to train the model. And there's data collaboration platform and standard governance has been set up to facilitate this kind of collaboration between the public sector and the private sector.
Okay.
And similarly, and I think a lot of the banking, financial, because we are from the financial background. So there's a lot of banks starting to build their own AI native agentic bank apps. So this is a significant move. Maybe in this region, we found banks are starting to build their own super apps, right? So it's in the first stage of digitalization. But now some banks, like Bank of Shanghai, they have already rolled out their first agentic bank mobile app, right? So customer users can use this app conveniently to talk to your agent and access to services.
So there is a shift where there's no more hesitant. Every department, CIO, here's the budget, go do it. That's what really happened in the last few months in China since January 20th. Now, Ken, for your company, your contact, share some insight.
Okay, so for some insight for the Japanese culture company, so right now we say, okay, AI for the normal user when we're using the AI, it's just a chatbot. Everybody say, okay, we have a GPT for all, we have an OpenAI, we have in China we have a TV like Global. So it's just like text to answer the question. But if we divide for AI capability to something else, for me, I think the three main information for the AI will be, the first one will be the understanding skill. The second one will be the deeply skill. I think the deep thinking skill, I think after the DeepSeek right now, all the people know, okay, the AI also have a type called a reasonable. And third thing will be the translation. So based on the three non-common skills for the AI, we can see if the skill combined with our business scenario, we have a lot of interesting can be do. For example, for the understanding, I'm just giving some of the three scenarios in our company for the POC right now. So the first understanding, since we're a global company, so we have a lot of stand, lot of policy based on the home office level, based on the regional level, based on the BU level. So the language of the menu will be the English, Japanese, and etc. So, but our global company, but not all the people have a very good skills about English. So we're using the first skills for understanding to understanding the menu we have. And we establish a centralization, the knowledge base, and using the chatbot for the common use for everyone, every country want to ask a question with the chatbot. So you can ask the chatbot with the Chinese, and answer will be also the Chinese, but knowledge for the reference information will also come from the English one. As for the one scenario for the understanding skill. And the second one will be the deeply thinking skills. You can imagine a newcomer just graduate from a university. He has not known a very lots of information for our access customer. Since we are Japanese cultural customer, we have a very high loyalty with our customer, like enterprise. Since we maybe have a 20 or even the 30 years of relationship with our Japanese customer. A newcomer, when they come to the office, come to the company, they know nothing about our existing customer. So why not by using the AI with AI agent to let them quickly to understanding the customers' current information, internal information, external information. Since we have a lot of partners in the market to provide for data. For example, we have just tried for one thing. So we're using the AI agent to combine the one customer, companies, enterprise for the business information and news information for the external. And internal, we're just using the API interface to get the insurance policy information and the claim information. Let's see what we can do for this scenario. We combine all the information and summary with a simple report and ask AI to do things to recommend what product for insurance product can we recommend to this company. So the AI will answer your question. At that time when we do the POC, we don't have the thinking reasonable the LLM. But right now this year we changed to the DeepSeek. We find a lot of business chance we didn't find it before. So it's also very useful for our newcomer for the marketing department to finding some of the business chance for the customer. And the last one will be very simple for the translation. For the translation, maybe the normal thing will be to translate A document to the B document. So let's imagine for that, if we translate extend to more thing, if we have AI lesson, we have a lesson from the one language like IT will maybe have a cybersecurity training to all the global. We're just preparing for the English version at first. We're using the AI to translate to the different language with a different video and different version. We can let them very quickly to transfer to every country in the world and let them quickly to understanding what you want to talking to them. And we can also using some of the AI skills to summary of the video information and give the question for everyone to teaching them and to question them. It's very simple.
So if my takeaway is that, sounds to me, seems that DeepSeek moment, conservative organizations like insurance or financial services are really adopting it really quickly. When in China, I noticed that when they decided to do it, they were really doing very quickly.
Yes.
One thing I want to find out from you is, I understand you're using DeepSeek open weight model, right?
Yes.
Does it, the cost open weight and the cost different makes a difference in your decision?
It's a good question. Actually, for DeepSeek in China, right now we're also to consider for the localization. Since we are a finance company, economic company, we have a lot of the logic and lots of stand and the policy detail above from the government. So we try to find a balance between the cost and ROI. So let's see, as I mentioned, the AI tools were helping everyone, every employee in the daily work. How to find out let our management to believe that AI can trust, or AI answer can be trusted. So for example, a very simple scenario. So normal user, they maybe think, okay, the AI answer is generated. But I think maybe we cannot trust for the AI answer. So let's see we have to do for the AI for the chatbot say. So first we also using some of the tools to make AI reference more simple and more easy to understanding. We let the AI for the reference to let user to localization, the original document, original page, original paragraph. So when the user see the AI answer at first, okay, we can click for the answer, we can directly say what the answer comes from the original one. So the user when they're using the AI chatbot, they trust the AI answer and also can be trustable. And second way we say we also have a feedback function. So as you know, we have a lot of experts for the insurance. We also have a long years for the experts for their underwriting experience. So why not we can collect all the experience for our AI knowledge base and new knowledge base for our company all. So we say, okay, we have our feedback function. If the user, our experts say, okay, the AI answer is so generic, well, maybe the true answer will be like something else. They can type manually into the knowledge base. And the system will also save the question and answer as a new knowledge for AI for training and answer next time. So the next time, if the similar question happen, the AI will combine not only for the manual, not only for the LLM itself, but also will combine some of the experience for our own company to as a new application for our own company.
Sure, I just want to get, so does the open source lower cost model makes a difference? This is very important.
Yes.
Because I want the audience to take away this is all the critical decision factor, right? Now, I'm going to manage time. I'm going to have a series of questions. I also hopefully to find some time for you all to ask at least 1 to 2 questions. I'm sure you guys have some questions to ask, right? Now we have covered from the inside China perspective. I want to get your short and sharp answer, right? On where you think, since the DeepSeek moment, what is the #1 impact on the global landscape? I'm talking about outside China. Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, I think first of all, it's about the democratization about the AI, right? So it's not just about the Western technologies. There's an alternative now, and not about the closed source, but also the open source alternative. So this really gives a chance to everyone, to every organization to think about their own AI strategy and plan accordingly.
Okay.
And they can find a way to reduce the footprint and to eventually make it a better ROI for their business.
So it's really better for the global majority. That's what you think, okay?
Right.
What do you think? Any specific insight from your perspective?
I think the specific insight for the AI will be we can finding the AI have a more chance in our daily work. So not only for like working, but also like in our daily life. Like you say, if I want to finding some even like evolution for the food. Right now, I'm also using the TV to give me to create some words for the food. It will be very useful for me since it will be giving you something more. Okay, so for the daily work, of course we also have the AI for the lots of things can do, like translation, like things. I think more important things will be how to combine the AI with our real daily work. So since we have a lot of the big story with AI, we say, okay, the AI can help in our daily work. So the question will be how to do that. So we can say we need to base on the AI capability and also based on our real use case and real use pain point to combine all the information to see what's the best risk solution for the user to use in their daily work.
Okay, so you, again, I'm very specific. What do you think is the greatest number one impact on the global landscape?
I think the global one would be the AI will be changing everyone's daily work.
Okay, you'll be changing everybody's daily.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have an opinion in the sense that used to be before the DeepSeek moment, only the people with a lot of money can do AI. Suddenly, startup has more hope because you can do it in a different way. Because you don't need to be so, you can have a more efficient way of doing it. That's my opinion. Okay. Now that is the global landscape. Now we are in Singapore, right?
Yes.
Southeast Asia. Any what do you think are the greatest challenge and opportunity for this part of the world to tap into the DeepSeek technology, etc.?
Yeah. So I think in that case, I want to echo what just now Ken mentioned about language.
Okay.
ASEAN is a region with a lot of countries, and most of the countries here has their own local language, and some even have local slangs. So it makes a very difficult, situation for a lot of organizations to provide AI capabilities to their users to suit this kind of language capability previously.
Sure.
And now some AI model, large language model, for example, like the Alibaba Quinn model, it can start supporting more than 100 of different languages. So this partially solves the problem and can give countries in this region to breakthrough points to enable them to support their local language.
Okay.
But on the other hand, we are still lacking of the local-based data sources. So there's a lot of raw data written in their own languages. We need way to improve those data sources to be able to infuse and use to train their localized model. Yeah, so I think that will be a big challenge, and we are doing a lot of things to help local countries here to use specialized vertical-based knowledge base, for example, to help them in the RAG process to infuse those local materials and industry-specific materials in their model.
Okay, good. I just, for the audience who doesn't know, in Singapore there's an organization called AI Singapore. They actually did an open source project on something called the Sea Lion that support the different languages in Southeast Asia, right? So you think this something could help? I'm sure they are using DeepSeek as well as other open source, open weight model. I think ByteDance also have something like that as well. So Ken, what do you think, how can this part of the world benefit from some of these opportunities? As well as what are the challenges?
Yes.
I know that you guys are trying to do something.
Yes, actually, yes. So right now for Southeast Asia, like Singapore, I think a very good place to establish like AI center here. So since we are like FSA, okay, we have a lot of the language here, we have a lot of the company here, we have a lot of customer here. Right now we're using the AI to combine our daily work and to see, okay, it will be very useful for our daily, like translation. We have a lot of language. People cannot using the language before, like last generation, like LLM, NLP, just can based on the native language to do something. But right now we have a generation AI. So we can translate using the generative AI to translate all language to another language. Right now we're using this useful tools to in everyone in their daily work. Something like that. If we have tools like translation, we can also to combine with some the understanding skills in their daily work. They can using the AI tools to compare for file A and file B very easily. So, for example, very simple use case in our daily work. So we maybe have some document need to compare from the old one and the new one. Okay, so last version we may be using the NLP to doing this comparison, like to combine what's the difference between A and B. But the question will be sometimes the information inside will be the same, but the template will be totally different. So right now we're using the AI to understanding the whole document and to compare another one to give us export some the report for what's the difference between the A and B. Also the one use case for useful for daily work for everyone. Because everyone has a similar pinpoint in their daily work. Right now we're using the AI not for very big one, just for small one startup. We just see that. And for the generation, and also we have a lot of the company in the Southeast Asia. As I mentioned, we have a lot of company in South Asia. We can also to have some in Japanese. We also have words like tenkai. Tenkai is also the news as a Japanese word. Like we also have a good relationship with each other. We can share the experience. We can share the knowledge with each other. Right now we're using the AI tenkai to doing the same thing for each other each other people to help them in their daily work.
I see. More you encourage this to be deployed across everyone. Okay, so that will be a good message to be delivered to the company here, right? Now I want to get to the last set of questions before I get into the Q&A for the audience before we come back again. I think this topic may have a lot of questions. So I want to talk about, now we've been talking about your experience the last few months, right? I'd like you to share some foresight right now, not insight. Where do you think is going to happen next? Ye-Fei, what do you think is going to happen? What is the next moment based on your understanding of insight right now? How fast things are moving?
Yeah. In previously, maybe 1 year ago, what happening in China is there's a Chinese term called 百模大战. 百模大战 in English stands for there are hundreds of models and they are fighting each other, you know. So that was a moment. But what I think for future is there will be more and more enterprise applications really be infused by AI and eventually benefit the end users. So it's not stopped just on the model. Model is the foundation layer, right? On top of the model layer, we will have agent layer. And on top of the agent, there will be the applications.
Okay.
So only the applications can give the real value to the business and also the users.
So you expect lots of applications,
lot of AI
training
native.
everyone, and exporting overseas as well.
Yes. Not only in China, but built locally also.
Okay.
The native AI applications built locally for local companies, local users.
So that is the game plan you guys have, basically.
Yes.
Okay. So get ready, huh? When China decided to do this one thing, I noticed they moved really quick on that. Ken, what do you think the future is going to be? What is the next moment?
I think next moment I also have two ideas. One idea, and also I agree with the Ye-Fei. So for the company side, we may establish AI platform at first. So we can base on the AI platform to establish our application by our own company. We have maybe some of the plugin for everyone can be using, and also some of the specific item application for some unique person to using for like management, maybe some of the interesting for the smart BI with AI. Sometimes they just type in question, the AI can giving them the question based on the BI report. And some part of the user will also okay to say, okay, for underwriting, maybe we can create underwriting tools for everyone can be using in the underwriting department. They can quickly to collect information from the different data source and combine and summary the information for their own. And for daily people, for the normal user, they also make some plugin and small tools for their, like I mentioned, for the file comparison, maybe some of the data extraction, or maybe some of the translation tools for their daily work that will be useful for in their daily work. That also can be done for this part for the AI platform. That's one thing. And another thing for the next part, I think will be like more and more popular like AI rules are like double trains, the digital trains will be useful in the daily work. For example, let's imagine that if the newcomer just come in the office, we can also to tell them, okay, you can monitor a situation like you go into the customer side to selling the insurance. We have AI tools to helping to know what's the user need for the business, for the customer needs in their daily work. And also the AI tools can combine all the information like the AI can also to know the company information I mentioned. So it can monitor the company information to ask questions to you, and then you can say, okay, based on the question, it will be asked by AI, you can see some of the question by yourself. Also can be monitored like AI training and AI criteria for the some AI for HR training. That's one thing. And the second things will be some of the quickly to searching by the HR department. for simple HR department. So for example, some the JD right now we are just writing by our manually, but sometimes the HR have not very huge knowledge about the IT guys. For example, what kind of IT skills he or she should have. So we can ask the AI to doing that, and also we can using the AI to quickly to searching the replacement from the different channel and give the score based on the JD and give based on the replacement and giving the very quickly answer to the IT department or IT department to giving the match score, maybe top 10, top 20, and the score and the people in the different departments can choose based on their experience to quickly find, okay, based on the 10 people here, we can quickly find which one will be match our JD.
So, if I understand, both of you quite similar. You think the usage of application will be more widespread, right?
Yes.
As your next step. I agree with that, but I actually don't. My feeling is a bit different, right? I felt that the DeepSeek moment shifted in the mindset within China about investing in original innovation, like the basic technology. I think there is the awakening of more scientists and the professor to start looking into fundamental technology rather than just looking at application. This is where I foresee another wave of changes out of the China AI revolution. So there's something. This is my personal point of view, right? I think to be ready for that, there will be new things coming out, not just application, which China is always strong in terms of that, right? Now, I need some help from the team because I'd like you all to have asked some questions because I purposely allocate some time because it will be more interactive. Anybody have a question? Can somebody help to bring the microphone? Please quickly introduce yourself, what you do, and then quickly ask your questions. Anybody? Anybody, you raise your hand? Sorry, I can't see. Oh.
Hello, I'm Apurva, I'm a student. And my question is, what do you think makes China unique in how it can be a competitor to the US and why not other countries?
I love that question because this event, SuperAI, is about East meet West, right? Now we're really at this good question. Now, what is the difference, in your opinion?
Yeah.
Something quick and sharp.
It's a very good question. I mean, first of all, China, very similar to US, right? Both are big countries, even like India. Right? So a lot of these countries, you will need to have your own technologies and you will need to provide an alternative. It's not just about one single choice dominant market. So that's very important to provide an inclusive solution to the whole society. And eventually, we all mentioned AI for humanity, right? So it's the inclusivity that can create the creativity for everybody.
So that's where you feel that China is different in terms of that. How about you, Ken?
I think China company, as I mentioned, will be some very simple thing. Interesting will be China's company, like some lots of the startup company in China, we just focus one small thing during the workflow of the AI. And mentioned some part of the customer, they say, okay, the AI will be so big, we cannot focus all the things in the AI. We just say, okay, what part of the information I'm just focused on, I'm good at on. So example, I have a friend for some startup company in China, they just focus on how to using the deep machine to learning and to understanding the table in the document. So maybe they were also to giving some of the tools for the market, that market just using the tool API interface to getting the interface to understand better AI to understanding the table in the document. So for us, for like our enterprise, we just finding the resolution in the market. We just say, okay, maybe your company is good at the table analysis. We're just using your tools and using our API as one part of our whole resolution in our workflow. We're just using the plugin our API. If maybe the later some new company come in, and thanks to MCP, we have a standard role right now, and we can connect for everyone, every plugin in the document in our workflow. So we can change every document and every plugin or tools in our workflow in our AI answer question to the answer. So I think maybe the most important thing for China will be we sometimes we just focus one small thing, but we think that some small thing will be very important to all the workflow.
Okay, good. I would just add a little bit. In China, the internal competition are ruthless. They really will kill each other lower the price. But once they do that, they have trained them. When they go overseas, they become very well trained to be resilient to fight a war. That's one characteristic I noticed.
There's a rat race.
Yeah, yeah. There's a rat race. They really kill each other, but then whoever survives will become very strong. Then they are ready to do that. I would say that is one characteristic I noticed. There's a herd mentality to compete in the new space, right? I think that's a very good question. But I personally felt that the US, a lot of things for China to learn from, and vice versa, the other side. I think this is where I felt that in Singapore, we are a good playground for us to meet and have conversation and learn from each other. Hopefully not learn from each other in terms of making AI better, progress better, but also do something better for humanity, right? I think that's where Singapore play a role to have SuperAI as a conference here, right? Now I want to ask for any other second questions. Oh, there's one more here. Okay, go ahead. Whoever you can find, yeah. There's this gentleman here, James, right? Yeah. Please introduce yourself and then ask the questions.
Hi, I'm Jace. I'm a startup founder from gentube.com. So have China thought about the regulating Gen AI content? Because there's good, there's bad, and it's now creating this thing called AI slop, where people just creating a lot of Gen AI content. It's kind of polluting our organic platforms. So have China thought about a solution or thought about this topic?
Jen, good question. I'm sure you guys have learned how to comply, right?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, actually that's my answer for the last question, for the key takeaways, but I will do it now. So, AI advanced so quickly, right? So we really need to provide a responsive AI. I mean, that's the corporate responsibility to the society. We found a lot of fraud cases. Those fraudsters, they use AI technology nowadays. For example, DeepSeek, to try to hack the eKYC solutions and bypass certain this kind of safeguard, and in order to hack into a people's account. That's very common, and it's almost happen every day because we are providing an eKYC solution called Zolos, and many local banks, they are using this solution to provide a remote client onboarding and account access capability to their users. So we saw a lot of deepfake-based attacks happening nowadays, almost every hour. So that's why we are starting to use AI to battle with AI. So we have using anti-deepfake capabilities, such as the device injection capability, and also to involve the device fingerprint, in order to check through all these factors and feed it into a risk engine. From there, we will be able to see the fraud score and eventually to prevent.
So China have a very strict. Any quick answer for that, given the time?
Okay,
just a quick answer.
Very quick. So I would say for traditional Japanese company, we maybe have a Japanese culture here. Maybe we need to do something very carefully. So like AI is the same. So maybe for us, for AI internal, we just say, okay, the AI right now is maybe just a startup. So lots of the things, maybe like you can say, well, lots of stuff will be just start and will be day by day. So the compliance issue will also happen. So for us, we say, okay, the first step, we just let our internal user to using internal first. So for the customer side, maybe in the next future. So maybe if the AI answer can 100%, nearly 100%.
But China has law on this, right?
Yeah.
If you have to follow, right? In the US, there's no regulation at the moment, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So for us, okay, maybe we cannot confirm for the AI answer right now. We just say, okay, it will be just an assistant for the user, for the employee, but it cannot be doing the decision.
Okay, good. Running out of time, I just want to give you two last quote to leave with our audience. What would be the things you want to share with them as part of this conversation?
Yeah, I have my answer already. Use AI in the right way, responsibly.
Use AI in the right way. How about yourself?
Make AI accessible for everyone.
Okay. I'd like to add my own point of view. There is a DeepSeek moment which happened a few months ago. There were a DeepMind moment with AlphaGo. And before that, there's a thinking machine corporation moment in 1980 something. There will be another moment coming out. I hope it's not the artificial super intelligent moment. Because when that happens, it's already too late. So hopefully we all work together to make sure that that doesn't happen and we are ready for it. Thank you very much to our two panelists and thank you very much for the two persons who asked questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, and thank you very much to our very own 007 James Hong. Thank you. All right, guys. Well done up here. Way to go. The G7 meetings just wrapped.